welcome to practice. I'm Donna Cavanough. We're going to begin the practice laying down, but before you do, we're also going to use a chair. So grab one of those and have it nearby. And laying down, we're going to have a support underneath the hips. Could be a rolled up towel or a blanket folded long and narrow. And if you lay down and put the blanket under your tailbone, so it's in the vicinity of the top of your hips or top of your leg, and tuck or roll the ends under so you feel really supported, just where the femur bones go into the hip socket. And then you can try taking your knees out wide for Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. If this is too strong in your hips, go for leg parallel and feet hip width and parallel. Center yourself across your shoulder blades and on the back of your head. And taking some deep breaths now. This action of taking notice of the breath and of breathing in a determined way. It's a little different to simply taking notice of the breath. We're trying to make the breath last as long as you can without strain and feel as deep as it can. And notice if in doing that you're tensing your body or your face. So simply enjoying great. And then we're going to take the blanket out. Oh, excuse me, sneezing. And we're going to bring the legs straight up. And then drop the legs away from center, just enough to feel the core body really holding. And press your spine into the floor. Good. And relax your shoulders. So we try to make the work in the lower core, but relax the upper body. Good. And then a little bit lower. Drop the legs a little bit lower. And again, press your back. Oh, try not to tense your shoulders, your face, your throat. And then a little bit lower again. Good. And then we'll release. And we're going to take happy baby pose. So that tension of the core working. We're going to relax that here. Let the belly be wide. Take the knees wide and the feet wide. Good. And then we'll repeat. Legs straight up and drop them enough from center just to really start feeling that work in your core body. But notice how tense you are in your upper body. So we'll relax everything else and try to isolate the movement into your lower abdomen. Good. And then we'll drop a little bit more. Press your lower back into the floor. Good. Try to relax your shoulders and your chest. Good. Drop a little bit more. Breathing. Drop a little more. Press your lower back. Whoa. And then all the way down. Nice. and then happy baby pose. And it's the reverse. So let your back relax, let your belly relax. Chest and shoulders, neck and face. Breathing deeply. Good. And we're going to do one more of those. The legs straight up. Drop them away from center to begin. Good. Press your lower back and relax your chest and your shoulders. And then following each little stage that your legs can move towards the floor, really trying to relax the upper body. Pressing your lower back. Nice work. Lowering a little more. And again. Nice work. Happy baby pose. And really take the knees wide and the feet wide and really relax belly and chest and face and throat. Excellent. And we're going to roll over to the right side and come into forward Virasana, where you kneel towards the back of your mat. Take your knees a little bit wider, just a little than you normally would. And we'll take the arms forward. I can't do that with my left shoulder at the moment, so I'm going to do it with the right and just keep my left shoulder where it needs to be. But try to bring the bones of your spine a little further forward. Nice work. We're going to bring the arms forward now and be onto the elbows. So we're in an all fours position, but with elbows onto the floor. And as much as you can, you've got your forearms parallel to each other. And we're going to arch the spine up and down, and up and down. And you're going to find your own movement here. It may be a little or a lot, depending on how everything's feeling in your practice. Oh, nice. And then you're going to tuck your toes under and we're going to lift the knees just off the floor. Look forward and feel how strong your back is here. Breathing deeply. Very nice. And releasing. And this time we're going to rest into child's pose with the arms back beside your body, unless it feels better to put your arms underneath your forehead. And in your child's pose, finding your breath and opportunities for letting go of tension. So we start our practice and we start asking a lot of certain muscle groups, and the rest of the body starts to help. So we tense up in our neck or throat or chest or whatever it may be that the body asks for extra help. So letting go of that tension. Good. And then we're going to come into an all fours with the hands on the floor and arching the spine up and down. Remembering to include your neck in the spine all the way to the base of the skull. Fingers out wide, press your fingerprints. Good, and then tuck your toes under and lift your knees just off the floor. Pressing fingerprints, base of the index finger. And we're going to swing the hips from side to side. So knees are just off the floor. Hips are going side to side. Beautiful. And then releasing. This time, we're going to take the knees wider than the mat. So forward Virasana with a stronger stretch at the hips and arms forward as far as feels good. Bring the bones of your spine forward. Mm. Mm. Nice work. Bring your arms in. We're going to take downward facing dog pose. So all fours position, fingers wide, even spaces. Press your fingerprints, tuck your toes under, and pressing your heels down towards the floor. And we start to move the chest back towards the front of the legs. Good. You're doing both arms on the floor. I'm just taking my left shoulder where it needs to go. Good. And then we're going to walk in little steps. Pressing the heels down. As you go, whoa, and when you run out of room, rolling up. I always run out of room early when it's the beginning of the practice. Okay, bring your chair onto your mat. Make sure it's not going to slide off when you start pushing down on it. So all four legs on your mat. You could put it up against the back of the chair against a wall. It's the safest way of doing this, but you're all growing up. All right, standing with your feet under your hips. And we're going to take the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana, looking up, and then Uttanasana. And in Uttanasana, use the chair to encourage the top of your head, either towards the back of the chair, so the top, the seat or the back. So just use the chair to try and reach the top of the head. Just noticing where the legs feel tight to begin with. And we're going to bend the leg. And maybe you can even rest your forehead on the seat of the chair. And just for a few breaths here, find that deep and satisfying breath. Feeling that the spine is long, the bones of the spine are pressing forward, and you've got your legs as bent or as straight as feels good. Great. And then we're going to step the left foot back for a lunge. Now, we're going to be in a short kind of lunge with the heel of your left foot on the floor and your legs straight. And you can have your hands on the seat of the chair. If you don't need the chair, you can have your hands on the floor. I like how it gives you more room for the spine to bring the bones of the spine forward. Nice work. And we're going to bend the front leg. And if you press your back heel and try not to lift it off the floor, we're going to reach the torso as far forward as you can. You can reach your hands further along the chair towards the back of the chair. Maybe you can even rest your forehead on the seat of the chair. And then we're going to start to explore straightening the front leg. Ooh. So we're using that deeper breath, the breath where we are using our determination to lengthen and broaden, trying to straighten the front leg without lifting the spine. Good. Then we're going to lift up, stand up, and lift up your left foot. And you've got the chair there. You can put your foot up on the chair, or you can try and lift your foot higher than the seat of the chair. So if you need to, you can rest your foot on the chair. Otherwise, you're trying to lift up higher. Good. And the chair makes it a little awkward to get your foot back down into position, but I want you to try and navigate the foot back to hip width and parallel without losing your balance. Nice work. Tadasana. Arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Ooh. And then Uttanasana. Let's take a few breaths here again. Nice deep breaths. And encourage yourself to reach the top of your head as far as you can towards the back of the chair or the back of the seat of the chair, to bring the bones of the spine forward, and taking those long deep breaths. Excuse me for one moment. Long deep breath. Good. And then we're going to step the right foot back. Lift up so you can find that good distance between your front foot and your back foot. Really press the back heel. Good. Bend your front leg. Notice how you can start to reach the top of the head again towards the chair. So we're really using it for encouragement here. Pressing the back heel and bringing the bones of the spine forward. Reach the head forward as far as you can, and now start to try and straighten your front leg without that feeling of the spine lifting up towards the ceiling. So keep the spine moving forward. Ooh. Beautiful. We're going to lift up, stand up, be balanced on the left foot. And if you can, you're going to lift your right foot up higher than the seat of the chair, or else rest the foot on the chair. So we're trying to lift up high. Good. And then navigate to put your foot down, keeping your balance in your left foot. Good. And then back to Tadasana. Excellent. Urdhva Hastasana. Uttanasana. Beautiful. Bring the top of the head as close to the back of the chair or the seat of the chair as you can. We're going to lift up onto straight arms. Step your left foot back. Good. And then step your right foot back. So now we're in a modified downward facing dog pose. Good. And then we're going to step the left foot forward. You're in a lunge. Drop your hips down when you're in your lunge. Good. Lift the breastbone. Step the right foot forward. Bring the back of the head towards the seat of the chair. Lift up onto straight arms. Look forward. Good. And then bend your knees and roll yourself up. Urdhva Hastasana. Lovely. And Tadasana. And Urdhva Hastasana. And Uttanasana. Back of the head. Reach towards your chair as far as you can. Up onto straight arms. Feel your back bend. Big step back with the right foot this time, and bring the hips forward. We're always tempted to keep them back because it's less work. But we're going to bring the hips forward. Lift the breastbone. Look up. Beautiful. Step the left foot back. Downward facing dog pose. Good. And then we're going to step the right foot forward, lunge. Nice big lunge. Bring the hips forward. Lift the breastbone. Looking up. Good. And then left foot forward. Uttanasana. Reach the top of the head as far as you can. Up onto your straight arms. Feel the back bend. And then bend your knees. And Urdhva Hastasana. And Tadasana. Urdhva Hastasana. And Uttanasana, really reaching, top of the head. Lift up onto straight arms, feel the back bend. Big step back, left foot, and hips come forward, lunge. Good, this time we're going to let go of the chair and we're going to lift the torso, lift the arms up by the ears, Virabhadrasana 1. Okay, we're going to reach the hands back to the seat of the chair. We're going to shift the weight forward onto the front foot, the right foot, and we're going to lift the left foot up behind. So your arms will be bent here, but we're going to try and bring the left leg parallel to the floor, the torso parallel to the floor, and the left hip equal to the floor with the right. So the core of the body is holding that, the torso, the leg parallel to the floor. So watch the left hip, it wants to lift up. Good, and then we're going to swing the left leg forward, be standing on your right leg, lift your hands up off the seat of the chair and see how you go, lifting the leg up, left leg up, so you're balanced on your right foot. Good, and then the chair makes it tricky, but see if you can navigate to get your left foot back down onto the floor. And when it's in the right spot, then changing your weight. Tadasana, Urdhva Hastasana, Uttanasana, long spine, reach your head as far as you can. Lift up onto your straight arms and look forward, find your back bend. Good, right leg back, and we're in a lunge, bring the hips forward. Good, lift the breastbone. Now what we're going to do is take the weight into the legs, so feeling strong there, lifting the torso, lifting the arms, Virabhadrasana 1. Arms up by the ears, looking up. Hips are still moving forward. Beautiful. Release your arms back to the seat of the chair, so you're holding on, and you're going to bring the weight forward over the left foot. Lift the back leg, and try to lift the back leg parallel to the floor. But try to keep the right hip down so the pelvis is level to the floor. So the arms will be bent here. Good. So lifting the leg high, keeping the right hip down, lifting the core body. Virabhadrasana 3. And then we bend the left, the left leg, the one that's in front. Swing the right leg forward. Start to lift yourself up. The chair's there to help you on your way. And if you can, bring your right foot over the top of the chair. You can rest it there if you need to. Otherwise, lift it nice and high, holding your balance. Good, and then we navigate to put that foot back down. And then Tadasana. Nice work. Mountain pose. Urdhva Hastasana. And then Uttanasana. Reach the top of the head towards the back of the chair. And then up onto straight arm, looking forward. Beautiful. We're going to step the left foot back for Trikonasana. So it needs to be a pretty big step, and you can always wiggle your right foot further forward under the seat of the chair. Put your right hand on the chair in line with your right foot, and lift your left hand off the chair onto your hip. So we want to have the feet and the right hand all in one line. So that's the right heel lining up with the center of the left foot, inner arch. And just check your left toes are heading more towards the middle of your mat than away from the middle of the mat. Good, and we'll roll back the left hip. And you've got the chair there for balance. If you don't need it, just put your right hand on your right leg. I'm feeling like a little extra comfort and help today. I'm going to keep my hand on the chair. We're going to roll the left hip back, The left ribs back, the left shoulder back, looking up at the ceiling. We're going to take the left arm, instead of straight up to the ceiling, we're going to take it by the left ear. And we're going to reach. So we've got straight legs here, lift the kneecap. And we're really reaching the left ribs, roll them back, shining the heart upward. That's nice. Now you're going to bring your left hand back to the seat of the chair. Good. Let's turn your left toes to face forward, and then we'll step the right foot back. So we're in a downward facing dog pose. Good. Step your left foot forward, so we're in Trikonasana for the second side. So left foot forward, turn your right heel down to the floor. So you want to line up your left heel, center of the right foot in our arch. Put your left hand so it's in the same line, same plane as your feet. That's on the seat of the chair. Right hand on your right hip, and we'll roll the right hip back. We've got really straight, strong legs here. Roll the right ribs back. Roll the right shoulder back. Okay, and instead of straight up to the ceiling, let's go by the right ear. The right arm, right ear, and really reaching and rolling back the ribs. Strong, straight legs. You can have your left hand on your left leg. Good. Swing your right hand back down onto the seat of the chair. We're going to step forward. Uttanasana, reaching the top of your head towards the back of the chair. Excuse me, the back of the seat of the chair. And then lifting up onto straight arms and looking forward, finding your back bend. Good. And then bend your knees and rolling yourself up. Urdhva Hastasana and Tadasana. Beautiful. Urdhva Hastasana. Uttanasana. Really lengthening. And we're going to hold for a few breaths. So you can put your hands down. You can rest your forehead on your hands if that works. Sometimes you can fold up a blanket to make your seat higher. And finding that deep breath, we're going to have straight legs and just feeling what happens with straight legs. So lifting the kneecaps, quadriceps, sit bones. If it's really tensing your spine, then bend your legs a little bit until your spine feels more relaxed. If you can keep the spine relaxed and have straight legs, then do that. Finding that deep flow of breath. Good, and then we're going to roll up. Ooh. Okay. We're going to use the chair for a hamstring stretch. And if you stand back from the chair, put your right heel up onto the chair, and you feel a little bit off balance, you would need to do this with a wall beside you or another chair to hold onto. So see how that feels. And we've got the right leg, the one that's raised, out straight. Great. We're going to stand tall and we're going to use the core body. So like we did at the very beginning of the practice, we're going to really bring the lower abdomen in to support the spine. And you're going to start to lift the quadricep of that right leg. And we're going to lift the right leg off the seat of the chair without leaning back. And breathing. Excuse me. Very sneezy this morning. And release that. Good. And then we're going to repeat. Just stay standing on your left leg. Try again. Try to make the work from you using your awareness of your muscle rather than leaning back. So we're using the core and we're using the quadricep. And we're lifting the foot off the seat of the chair. Ooh, and releasing that side. Hmm. Ah. Okay, and then we're going to stand on the right leg and put the left heel up on the seat of the chair. And I remember the days when this was a really strong hamstring stretch for me. And it might be for you. So it's a nice way to relax into that stretch. But we're working on this muscular awareness of the core and the quadricep. So standing tall, bringing in the core body and lifting the left heel, trying not to lean back. Everyone does it. Me too. But we try to lift up. Good. And then releasing. Nice. We are going to repeat that. So you're still standing onto your right leg. You have your balance and you're bringing your awareness into your core. And go, lifting up the left leg, trying not to lean back, trying to use your muscle. Yes, core muscle included. Ooh, good. And then releasing. Nice work. They should feel a little bit wobbly. Now we're going to do some kneeling to stretch that out, that nice warmth. If you can't kneel on the floor, you've got a chair there, and you could do this sitting at the front edge of the chair and give yourself that nice foot and toe stretch. You can just do it each, one leg at a time, I'm trying to say. And the tops of the feet, stretching the front of your ankles. And then it won't be such a strong movement for the knees. If you're able to kneel down, then take your chair off your mat. And kneel down on enough equipment height to suit your body. I'm going to fold over my blanket. And the equipment should support your sit bones and fit between your ankles without pushing your ankles out from the line of the hips. So ankles are under the hips and thigh bones are parallel to each other. Good, and you might even be able to feel that, the warm muscle from what we've been doing in the quadriceps, stretching now in the kneeling position. Sitting tall in Virasana, hero pose. You can bring your hands down onto the floor behind you and help to lift the spine a little bit more. Bring the bones of the spine forward. Spacious, relaxed shoulders, neck relaxed. Good, and you can just test it out, see where you are at with this movement, and start to walk your hands back. So what happens is you get a bigger stretch in the quadriceps then. Good, and if it hurts your back, don't go back. Just stay in your upright hero pose. Otherwise, you can explore reaching the hands back. Some people might be comfortable on the elbows, so you can always try that, or on the forearms. Good. And then we're going to release. And we're going to sit down now with legs in simple crossed legs or a comfortable position for your legs, which might be out semi-straight, semi-wide. But if you sit up onto a blanket, definitely helps with your access in forward bend, tipping the pelvis forward. Good. So what we're going to do to try and find that movement is our spinal waves, the forward and back spinal waves. So we're going to do chin to the chest, take the top of the head forward, lift the nose, lift the chin, lift the chest. And waving the whole spine. Good. And then the other direction. And can you feel how far forward you're able to tip the pelvis? And it might feel like a long way or it might feel like a little way, but we want to get used to where that movement is for each of us in the moving of the pelvis, the tipping forward of the hip bones. Good. The next time you've gone as far forward as you can, you're going to hold there and put your hands where they make sense to support you, behind your hip, in front of you, under your shoulders, and just taking some deep breaths. Close your eyes and feel that part of your body over your hips, your buttocks, giving in to this position, this posture. You might find that you can keep easing your torso forward. In that way, we were standing forward bending, reaching the top of the head forward, but also trying to bring the bones of the spine forward. Good. And if your legs are crossed, come up so you can change the cross of the legs. And we're going to do the same things. You might like to wave yourself a little into that position so you know you've got your pelvis tipping as far forward as you can as you start to reach the top of the head forward. So you're exploring where your body resists, appreciating that. And then coming up. Nice. We're going to do our twisting here in seated position rather than lying down. So fold your legs again the other way and Sukhasana twist. So we'll turn to the left side, right hand on the left leg. And we're going to find the breath, that deliberate, making the breath deeper and wider. And follow that into your twisting of the rib, returning to the left. Follow the breath. When releasing that side. And then changing the cross of your leg. And following again the deliberate breath. Encountering as we do resistance. And exploring potential. Ooh. And releasing. And back to center. Bring your hands over your heart. And tuning in now to your own deep breath. the feeling of being tuned into your breath, tuned into your body. And take that feeling with you. Namaste.